How's it, guys? So my name is Zane, and I'm a massive Stormers fan, Western Province Rugby Union. Okay, and I've decided to start a fan channel. It's gonna be I have a weekly video. I'm gonna talk about the Stormers, Western Province, the latest game, a bit of a preview, or something that Stormers Western Province related that I want to talk about. So the first video I want to talk about the Ultimate Rugby Championship. So now, look, I always believed that Super Rugby was the highest level of competition in the world, club league, club competition in the world. I mean, before the awful expansion into Asia and I mean, the Warriors have been good, but I mean, it's a disaster to travel to Latin America for one game. That's just how I feel about that. We had just the best club competition in the world. I mean, we have tier one nations, but I believe that there should be a different category called upper tier one nations. And I mean, New Zealand, Australia, and South Africa fall into that category without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, we got 8 out of the 9 World Cups have been won by the three of us. And we had 14, 15 teams, 4 or 5 from each nation, and they were all stacked with at least 5 or 6 players from our various national teams. And there was a league. I mean, just couldn't beat it. I mean, it's just the level of competition that was going on. It's just, we didn't have instances like, for example, France or England, where Saracens, for example, were playing against God knows who in the bottom half of the English Premiership. I mean, a team that has no international players whatsoever. From a tier one nation, that does not happen in Super Rugby. And yeah, so Super Rugby is dead right now, or while at least South Africa's participation in it is dead. So now we got the Ultimate Rugby Championship. Okay. I was nervous in the beginning, I'm not going to lie. I felt that the Europeans like to play too much rugby. I felt that they dilute the level of competition by playing during the World Cup, during the Six Nations, and by just playing too much so that they have to rest off their squad at some stage. Because, I mean, they can easily play over 20 league games. I mean, that's standard over there. It's a bit insane. So I was nervous about that. So I was well happy to find out that even though it's a 16 team league, we're only going to have 18 rounds. I mean, I think that's the Southern Hemisphere Saru influence. Came in strong and was like, guys, 18 rounds is more than enough. We're also going to respect the teams by not. Where did I read that now? How will the Saru page today? Page the way. Yeah, will feature the return of a single standing table, preventing clashes with international weekends. So the competition is not diluted. Less is more. I've always said that, and I'm well happy that the Pro 14 has adopted that. I'm well happy. So let's look, for example, at let's go Pro 14 league table 2019. Let's go to that. You see, they played 21 games in previous years. Then they still played. Quarterfinals, semifinals, and final. So that's three less games. It's respect for international windows, and it just makes you feel so much better. Then we got the Champions Cup. Okay, so that's fine. It's gonna bring in a lot of money for our unions, and it's gonna be, I think it's 6 rounds, and so looking about 8, 9 games on top of that. So we're looking at about late 20s for each team. Hopefully, I mean, it's a lot extra money. It's a lot less costs for traveling, and it's more money because all the games are going to be at an appropriate time for the European and South African markets. It's going to be more appealing for the Middle East, North American markets. I mean, it's a no-brainer. We're playing more games, even though I believe in the less is more. I mean, more does look appealing when it's this way, but I'm happy we didn't go overboard with the more, and that's all I can say. One thing I'm not happy about is it looks like the Champions Cup is going to be 24 teams, and it's going to be 8 from each of the 3 leagues. I mean, why does France and England have so many teams? I mean, 8 teams for a national league. I mean, when the Ultimate Rugby Championship consists of teams from 5 Tier 1 nations. I mean, Ireland and Wales and South Africa are considered upper Tier 1 nations. But there's going to be 8 teams qualifying from this league. I mean, the top 14 and the Premiership have 12 and 14 teams. There's 16 teams. Every team in this league is stacked with Tier 1 nation players, capped players, but we're getting the same amount. I mean, I'm learning that France and England always get their way in Europe, but that's not to say I'm happy with it. It just doesn't look fair to me. Let's see if we can change that in years going up, but let's just say I'm sad that Super Rugby is dead, but I'm excited for the future, and I'm happy that it seems like we've gotten our influence across, at least in the league that we're going to be competing with in. And yeah, another question, where does this leave the Currie Cup? Will the Currie Cup officially become a reserve team tournament? I mean, there's no ways we can expect players that are going to be playing the Ultimate Rugby Championship League and the Champions Cup or Challenge Shield. That's the second tier European club competition, and then still play through a Currie Cup. I mean, they'll literally be playing from January to January, literally no break. So yeah, we're gonna see if this means the death of the Currie Cup. I think it is. Anyways, I'm excited about the future, and yeah, just a first video, but incoherent. Just wanted to test it out to speak a bit, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be posting more videos. So yeah, like and subscribe, and cheers, guys.